The lesson today is determining the slope of a line given the graph of that line. The first thing we need to do in order to determine the slope of this line is find two ordered pairs that have integer values for x and y values. Integers means whole numbers. So I'm looking for points that cross these grid marks on the intersections of those grid marks. So how do we figure this out? Well, if we start at the bottom of this line and continue up, then we can see what we're trying to find is where this red line is going to cross these darker lines. And I'm looking for them to cross exactly. So I don't want this point here. I can see that this point here is a good line, a good point. So this is going to cross at those grid lines. If I continue up this graph, I wouldn't want that one. I wouldn't want this one. But if y'all look here, you can see there's another one that is giving me some good intersection there. All right. How do I determine the slope? Well, remember, slope is rise over run. So if I start at the bottom point that I've identified, then I want to see how far up in the vertical direction am I going to go. That would be your rise. And then how far right or left would I go? That would be your run. So that's the horizontal. So I'm going vertical over horizontal, or up and right in this case. How many units up do I have? Well, here I would have 1, 2 units. And how far right would I need to go? That would be 1, 2, 3 units right. How do I write this as the slope? Well, slope is the letter M. That is what we use to designate the slope. And we're going to write this as a fraction. So we're going to have the rise be first and in the numerator. So I would have 2 in the numerator over the run, which is 3. So 2/3 would be our slope of this line. I do want to mention and make note that the location of the x and y axis here are irrelevant when it comes to determining the slope. They do come into play when you're trying to figure out the y-intercept, but for the slope, we could almost take these off and still be able to determine the slope of this line. The slope is only determined by 2 points. Any 2 points that fall on this line can help us determine the slope. So we might not have picked these 2 points. What if we picked this point here, and if we keep going this point? That would be fine too. And our slope would still be 2 units over 3 units. So we still would have had this 2/3 slope. Notice that this line is going in the up direction. So if I'm looking at it from left to right, I would go up the hill. That means that my slope would be positive. If I had a line going down from left to right, that would be a negative slope. So in this case, we did not have to figure that out because I ended up with a positive slope. So that is the way that you would determine the slope of a line given a graph of that line.